Welcome to Time Roast with Ancient Legends, where the past speaks louder than ever, and the wisdom, timeless. I'm your host, Paul Cooper, and today we're honored, and a little nervous, to sit across from a man who literally had a dream and made history wake up. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Thank you, Paul. It is both humbling and heartening to be here, not just as a voice from the past, but as a reminder that the dream still matters. Conversations like these, even across time, prove that the fight for justice is never outdated. I may be ancient to some, but truth has no expiration date.
All right, before we dive into the heavy stuff, let's kick things off with some laughs. Time to see if the King of Civil Rights also had a king-sized sense of humor. Buckle up, this is our hilarious segment. First question, Dr. King. Imagine you had to tweet your I have a dream speech in 280 characters. What would it say?
That's a tight squeeze for a big dream. Maybe something like, I dream that my kids won't be judged by skin, but by their spirit. Freedom rings, justice sings. Hashtag equality, hashtag still dreaming. And knowing the internet, someone would auto-tune it by lunch.
What would a modern protest sign say if your march was today?
Thoughtful, I suppose something like, make justice, not just us. Or, my Wi-Fi's stronger than racial unity. Fix that. People are clever. But the message must still be powerful, not just trendy.
Dr. King, if social media existed in your time, what would your first viral post be?
Probably a selfie at the March on Washington with the caption, Dreaming Big, who's with me? And maybe a hashtag like Justice and Jazz. I imagine it would confuse some, inspire others, and spark about 1 million comments in the first hour. Social media existed in your time. What would your first viral post be?
Be honest. Would you have survived cancel culture?
Let's just say, even in the 60s, they tried. Criticism's the price of truth. But cancel culture often forgets grace and growth. I believe in calling in, not just calling out.
If you were on a reality TV show, which would it be?
Hopefully not keeping up with the chaos. Maybe something like, so you think you can lead? But I'd be disqualified for too many speeches and not enough drama.
All right, folks, let's roll right into the deeper stuff. Get ready. It's time to get critical. In this segment, we get serious. Let's challenge the system, the stories, and even the legacy. Dr. King, time to step into the critical zone. Dr. King, your speeches are celebrated now, but weren't you once considered too extreme?
Absolutely. I was viewed as dangerous by the status quo. People forget. Peace doesn't mean passivity. Even Gandhi shook empires. When you challenge injustice, expect resistance.
Do you think people today confuse performative activism with genuine change-making?
Absolutely. Sharing a post or changing a profile picture can raise awareness, but it is not the same as sustained action. Real change demands courage, sacrifice, and persistence beyond the spotlight.
Do you think modern society has watered down your message?
Sadly, yes. Many quote, I have a dream, but forget I also warned about the fierce urgency of now and economic injustice. The dream isn't just about hugs, it's about transformation.
How did the media shape or distort your work?
Media spotlight is a double-edged sword. It spread the message, yes, but it also filtered it. They preferred dreams over demands. But truth has a way of leaking through cracks.
Powerful words. But now let's put on our thinking caps and dive deep. Time for the analytic zone. Behind every movement is method. In this segment, we break down the strategies that change the world. Sir, how did you structure your speeches to be so impactful and timeless?
Each speech had rhythm, repetition, and vision. I used scripture, history, and poetry. It wasn't just rhetoric. It was music with a mission.
If you were to design a roadmap for equality today, what would be its first milestone?
The very first milestone would be honest dialogue, across communities, across ideologies. Without truth-telling, policies are just words on paper. Dialogue creates trust, and trust builds lasting progress.
Was there a deliberate structure behind your marches and sit-ins?
Always. Nothing was random. We trained people in nonviolence. We studied city power structures. Strategy met spirituality at every step.
How important was coalition building in your success?
Crucial. You can't build a movement alone. We needed pastors, students, union workers, even unexpected allies. Change is collective.
We're deep in thought now, but let's look ahead. What would MLK say about the world to come? Let's speculate. This is the what if zone. Time travel, tech dreams, alternative futures. Let's get creative with the king of visionaries. MLK, if you lived in today's world, what cause would you be leading now?
Probably environmental justice and digital equity. I'd be rallying for AI ethics and universal internet, a new kind of civil rights.
If you could speak at one future event in the year 2125, what would it be about?
I would hope to deliver a speech celebrating a century of global peace, racial harmony, and universal dignity. But knowing human nature, it might still be a call to remind people that love now than hate.
What advice would you give to modern activists?
Organize. Don't just react. Use tech to build, not burn. And remember, your purpose must outlast your post.
Now that we've soared through time, let's bring it all back to the heart. Our final segment, emotional and personal. Beyond the legend was a man, a father, a husband, a friend. In this final segment, let's get real. What was the hardest moment of your journey?
Seeing children suffer in Birmingham. Facing death threats was one thing, but watching young innocents meet hatred, that hurt deeper.
What personal dream did you never get to fulfill?
Thoughtful, to see my children grow up free and fearless. I dreamed of simple joys. A long life, a quiet moment. But some dreams are given so others can live theirs.
Looking back, what's the one personal moment you'd keep in your heart forever?
Standing on that podium in 1963, looking over a sea of people who believed change was possible. It wasn't about me. It was about a shared dream that belonged to all of us.
If you could speak to the youth today, what would you say?
Your voice matters. Don't wait for permission to speak truth. March forward with love, but never lose your edge. You are the dream's next breath.
Do you believe your dream lives on?
It must. Not because of me, but because of you. Every act of justice, every voice that refuses silence, that's the dream. Still breathing.
Happy. This has been Time Roast with Ancient Legends, where courage echoes and legends never stay silent. Thank you, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., for marching back through time to inspire us once more. Folks, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment about which legend you want to hear from next. Until then, keep dreaming, keep questioning, and always keep roasting with love.